Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another YouTube video of us. Today we're gonna talk about and break down the standing pike or the forward fold, and we're gonna show you 3 exercises that you can use to improve your standing pike. So before we show you the 3 exercises, we wanna break down the standing pike and the 3 parts that are so important that you have to understand in order to improve just much better and faster in the standing pike itself. So we're going to show you one exercise that you can just replicate and test out for yourself, so that you straight away know, okay, these guys know what they're talking about, because I feel exactly the stuff that they say and that they teach us. So in this one, if you're not close to the ground yet, if you cannot touch the ground with your palms yet, please use yoga blocks just to test it out. Go on your deepest fold or standing pike. You can also do that on the wall, flat on the ground. Just place the yoga blocks then here on the wall. And in this one, straight lock knees. We're gonna engage the quads and we're gonna press our hands as hard as we can into the floor or into the blocks. And you're gonna immediately feel lower ab engagement, hip flexor engagement, and of course a deep stretch in your hamstrings. So these are the 3 main parts for the standing pike that are important for all the progressions and for your progress in that standing pike. Okay, so we're going to focus on these 3 parts also in our 3 exercises.
We're going to focus on the hamstring first. So we're going to do hip flexion, straight leg hip flexion, pails on rails. And that means we're going to spend some time in a hamstring stretch first. And then we're going to add some isometric contractions in both the regressive and the progressive angle. So that means the open and the closed angle in this case. So for the pails, we'll basically push into the ground. For the rails, you want to engage your hip flexors and think of lifting or compressing your leg into your torso. So to find your stretch, we have 2 positions that you can go into. Jan is sitting in a half 90 position. If you can't, or if you lack the internal rotation needed to sit in that position, you can also go into a figure 4 position and perform the hip flexion pails on rails here. We're trying to maintain a straight back, and that also includes the low back. So we want to engage or get into an anterior pelvic tilt as best as we can. If you can't get into that position when you're sitting on the ground, elevate yourself so you can keep and maintain that back straight, and think of pushing that chest towards the wall in front of you and your belly button towards your knee. Okay? So really trying to maintain that. There is no shame in sitting on a block. So once you've found the position that you want to perform these pails on rails in, you will find the deepest possible stretch. You want to feel the stretch down here in your hamstring. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to stay in that stretch for roughly 2 minutes. And while you're in the stretch, the pails on rails are going to look like this. Once the 2 minutes are over, you're slowly going to ramp up the tension in your entire body. So not only your leg. You want to engage your core, you want to push your hands into the ground, keep your arms straight, and think of pushing that leg, so the entire leg into the ground. So foot into the ground, think of hamstring pushing into the ground, keep that leg straight and ramp up to your safest maximum effort. You will hold that effort and that tension for roughly 10 to 15 seconds, depending on how long you can hold it. And then you're going to go straight into a rails effort. So you want to think of pushing that, he's going to think of pushing that foot into my hand and this leg into his torso. So compression strength here. Again, 10 to 15 seconds, release. And now he's going to try and get into a deeper stretch, relaxing his quad, relaxing his leg, and just trying to surrender to the stretch. Hold that stretch for 45 seconds to a minute, and then you're going to repeat your pails on rails effort and then switch to the other side.
So guys, the second part to improve your standing pike is compression work. So active work of your hip flexors, of your regressive side. So this is the closing angle side of your compression work, right, of your standing pike. And we have to just have strong hip flexors in order just to get a more an open stretch reflex for the hamstrings. So in this case, we am going to show you the RNC grip straight leg hip flexion lifts. This is a great compression exercise because it's easy to scale and we can focus really nice on compressing that upper body onto our supporting leg and can really make sure also that our upper body position stays in place and that's not too crazy rounded. Okay, so we have, as I said, it's easy to scale. The further your leg slides out, in this case, the harder the lift off with the single leg here becomes. The more your leg is, or the more the heel is closer to your butt cheek here, the higher she can lift, right? So we're going to use this RNC grip, as you see here, right arm under the right knee, and then on the left biceps and the free hand here, just on grabbing on the knee, so you're really compact over that supporting leg. We're going to do 5 repetitions here. Of course, first determine your starting position, right? We want to lift that's just barely over the ground. Maybe 2 fingers should slide under the heel, so it's really close to your end range, so it's really hard in fight. If she would lift up this high, of course it can be hard at the highest position, but it's fairly easy still, okay? So from here, you radiate, take a deep breath, make sure you have straight of a spine as you can, and gauge your quads, lock your knees, and boom, 3. We're gonna do 3 to 5 second holds, so really holding that rep in the air. Again, up, 3, 2, 1, and down. One more. 3, 2, 1, and down. If you're getting more advanced, you can also try some weights here. 1 kilo, 2 kilo ankle weights, they work great here as well. Especially if you work with a partner, we have some great extra here for you. Add a passive range hold at the end. So if you finish with the 5 reps, your partner is gonna pull up this relaxed working leg. You say to your partner, you radiate, make sure you hold that here, and then you're gonna release that hand. 3, 2, 1, and then go down. It's just some extra spiciness for them hip flexors, and it's gonna be awesome if you work together, and this is gonna be a great and fun add-on. Okay guys, last but not least, we're gonna show you exercise that we just briefly touched in the beginning, the standing pike, but paired with some isometrics. We want to get crazy strong in this standing pike forward fold position, and we're going to show you some 3 regressions, or better say progressions here, depending on your current level. So let's assume you're not close to touching your palms on the ground, then use the yoga blocks here. Go in your deepest hamstring stretch position where you can maintain straight knees, okay? Then go down in your deepest stretch and stay there relaxed for 1 minute. So first get relaxed and use your deepest current position. Let's assume the 1 minute is over and we're gonna now apply 5 isometrics. Each isometric is 10 seconds long. So we're gonna do 10-second isometrics, relax for 10 seconds, 10-second isometric, again relax for 10 seconds, okay? So it's best to have your watch down here in front of you so you know exactly when to contract, when to relax. So let's assume that 1 minute is over, take a deep breath in, contract your quads, and really start pushing as hard as you can into the blocks. Come on, 10 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release and stay down for 10 seconds. And after the 10 seconds over, again, do that again. If you're already on the ground and you just barely struggle to keep this or the palms on the ground, and it's just from day to day. Either you get it or you get it not, depending on how you slept and how tight you feel, right? Then just do it either with a fist, for example, or first maybe the four fingers, and then after a few isometrics, you get that palm on the ground, and you're gonna do the same stuff. Try maybe to walk also closer to your toes. It's gonna get harder because you're gonna get compressed more. And for more advanced athletes, we can use the yoga blocks, for example, behind our heels, and we can really pull ourselves and push down and pull ourselves into a very, very deep compressed position using the same technique and the same isometrics. This one, you should really feel this compressed or this compression of your abs. Everything is working. Feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings, hip flexors, so the regressive side, and the abs, the lower ab engagement. Guys, we hope that these exercises really help you to improve the standing pike, also with sustainable results, right? We don't want magical effects that work maybe one day, but then the next day they're gone. Slowly progress with the 3 exercises that we show you. Implement them twice or 3 times in the week. Also, don't forget, do a couple of rounds, right? Not just one round, not just the one hamstring pails and rails, the straight leg hip flexion pails and rails, the one set of the lifts, and then one set of the isometric, and expect great things, right? So remember, do a couple of rounds twice or 3 times in the week, and you should be able to see some great results. If you want to dive deeper into more mobility and range strength training, or into combining conventional strength and mobility, then contact us. Feel free to schedule a call with either her or me, and we're happy to help you. Guys, we're excited to see you in the next video.